One of the biggest extension mistakes people can ever make is spending tens of thousands adding an extension, but it actually ends up making zero impact on how you use your home. Extensions can be a huge waste of time and money when they're not planned in the correct way, and all that money spent ends up being one big regret that puts people off actually buying your house if you ever come to sell. I'm going to make sure that that doesn't happen to you in today's video. We're going to get your extension plan started the correct way. And first, I'll show you 7 smart extension ideas that will be worth every penny. I'm going to take you inside some of our real student projects and give you tons of ideas of where to place windows, doors, skylights, things like that. And I also want to tell you about one of the most important mindset shifts that you need to adopt when you start planning your extension, because I promise you, this is what will guarantee you better results. It's the difference between your extension enhancing your home and life or experiencing a host of problems when the work starts and you're just left with unused space. Hello, if you're new here, by the way, I'm Fi. I'm an interior designer helping clients and students renovate affordably. And on this channel, I talk about the mistakes that you need to avoid, how to save money on your renovation, and all the nitty-gritty details that will make your design perfect. So click the like and subscribe button if you're taking on a big project soon and you'd like some support. Okay, so over the last 10 years, I've designed numerous extensions with clients and students, including my own, and every one of them have been so different. Different footprint, different layouts, and the budgets have varied wildly. But the thing that catches first timers out is how they start their plans. Often people think that planning an extension starts by deciding where you want the walls to be. You draw imaginary lines in your garden to show architects and contractors where you want your extension to come out to, and you don't actually think about the interior layout in detail. And that's not really the most optimal way to plan your extension if you want the space to work with your lifestyle. You need to avoid that just add a box at the back mentality. The method I use with my clients and students is actually designing your extension from the furniture outwards, not from the walls inwards. So instead of focusing first on where your walls and glass doors and your windows are going to be, focus on where your kitchen cabinets will be positioned, how much space you're going to need for the dining area that you want, or where that living area will be best placed, and then finish with the walls, windows and doors. Because when you work from the inside out like this, you'll immediately be creating usable space, zoning areas you'll be using, and then adding walls where they need to finish, not guessing. Of course, there may be both budget and structural limitations to consider, but from a lifestyle point of view, start with your ideal layout, otherwise you may not be able to fit the elements that you want. And actually, you might end up saving money with this approach because you won't be building an extension bigger than your needs. So yeah, I just wanted to mention how useful that mindset is before we start looking at ideas for your extension together. Extensions need to be carefully planned from the inside, working with the existing footprint of your home. Now you've got this new mindset, you're planning your interior layout first to see how far your walls should come out later. Let's look at your extension layout ideas that are actually worth the investment, as well as some planning techniques to apply to your space to make sure it all flows and enhances your life and home. And after that, we'll talk about some ideas for your structure, and I'll show you some real examples. Okay, first up, when you're floor planning, try to create views right through the house to the garden. I've spoken about sightlines so many times before. They're the views that you see as you move around your home. And given you'll be adding patio doors and windows in your extension, you have the ability to make your whole house feel bigger and brighter, not just the extension. So as you're planning your layout, think about what can be seen from your hallway or adjoining rooms. Can you increase the light and visual connection to your garden from several rooms in your home, not just this one space? Next, mark out all your zones with a clear purpose. This sounds so obvious, but so many people don't actually plan what area of their extension is going to be used for what, and that's when you end up with an extension that doesn't work for your lifestyle or feels disjointed and hard to move around. What you really need to avoid is paying to add space that you don't know what you're going to do with. So clearly provision your zones, like your kitchen zone, dining room zone, and your living zone, or any other spaces that you're having, like a utility room or pantry zone. And avoid underestimating the dimensions needed for each zone to work comfortably, because it's no good having a kitchen zone that's the right size for your needs, but a living zone that can only fit one sofa against the wall with no space for socialising or a coffee table. You'll just wish that you built your extension bigger. Next, put your most used zone in the lightest location. So let's say that you're planning an extension with multiple zones, and during daylight hours, you're somebody who likes to spend time working from home, using the kitchen to make lunch and prepare protein shakes before the gym. The kitchen is where you spend most of your daylight hours. So put your kitchen where you get the best natural light. Or perhaps you're someone who spends daylight hours relaxing, watching TV, having people over for coffee, looking after your kids while they play. Then it's the living area where you spend the most of your daylight hours. So in that case, place that zone where the best natural light is. Whatever your routine looks like, plan your extension around it. The exercises that we get our students doing in our online courses help them to actually plan their design like it's a motivational happiness hack. And for this one, you naturally gravitate towards light spaces, whereas dark corners in your home don't feel as inviting during the day. Next up, consider splitting your layout to share the garden views. So if the width of your property and your extension will allow, instead of positioning one dining room zone or living zone across the patio doors in your extension, experiment with splitting the zones in half, one half being the kitchen zone or one half being the dining room zone. And that way you're sharing the garden views and natural light between those two zones. The next one is such an important one to factor in to ease your life, but also for resale. Don't forget to make a laundry plan in your home. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful and it's got you thinking about what you can do in your property, please do give this video a like and subscribe. It really supports us. I have so many videos to help you with your kitchen layouts, bathroom layouts, where to spend and save your money, so much more. But yeah, if you really want your home to improve your life every day, a utility room will give you so much bang for your buck. Laundry will be way easier. You won't be drying clothes in the kitchen, which will keep your space clutter-free and easier to move around. And utility rooms are loved by prospective buyers if you ever come to sell. And you don't necessarily need a huge extension to squeeze one in. There's utility layouts that you can look at, and some of our students are even plumbing them into their landing cupboards and garages to conserve space. Next, I want to discuss the storage that you're adding to this extension, because I often try to fit in a walk-in pantry instead of a really, really large kitchen. Most people think that a successful extension means having a massive kitchen, but often it's actually having better storage that makes the biggest impact for you day to day. So if you have floor space, a walk-in pantry cupboard is a great idea for keeping your kitchen minimal, while the pantry is actually the workhorse. And it can allow your kitchen design to feel more balanced because you'll be limiting the need for lots of towering full-size cupboards, as most things are stored neatly inside the pantry. So we've discussed ideas for the layout of your extension. What about the structure itself? The doors, the windows, and the exterior views? Well, there are so many ways that you can level up your extension while keeping it a manageable project financially for you. So let me show you a few of my students' examples. This is my student Michelle's extension. Initially, her home was a dark, narrow, typically Victorian property with limited natural light, and in just a few weeks, applying the methods in our online course, she created the plans to transform it. Here are a few things that we love especially. So she's matched the bricks to the existing building really well. She's planned her outdoor lighting, and I adore how she's strategically placed these large skylight windows directly above key zones, her kitchen and her dining room. And this allows light to pour in as she uses these spaces. She also wanted it to feel really unique with some wow factor and have a clear connection into the garden. So she fitted this show-stopping slither of glazing just behind her sink, where she'll plant flowers outside to bring colour and movement throughout her kitchen design. Then there's my student Anna's double-storey extension. So she completely elevated the entire rear view of her home and added this stunning apex window to her structural design, which exposes these treetop views from her bedroom. Yeah, try to think of the views that you have around your property and how the shape and height of your extension and your glazing can actually make them a real feature inside your home every day. By the way, a lot of our students started their renovation with my free 3-day series helping you understand costs, who to hire, and how to plan it all in the correct order. So I'll leave a link below if you want to access that free guide. My other students, Arnuj and Medita, did this amazing glass vaulted extension wrapping around their property, but they wanted their living zone to feel more snug, so they positioned it slightly away from that natural light and glass, and it's powerful moving through the space, experiencing the different senses of cosy and bright. There's also my student Claire's extension. This is a great example if you can't have windows on the side walls of your home because they're joined or overlooking neighbours. Well, Claire's optimised the distribution of light by splitting her kitchen zone and living zone so that they share the views and lights from her patio doors. Also, she's bringing in light from above. She's installed a roof lantern that allows light to pour in and looks fabulous when you're standing underneath it. Then there's my students Jen and Stu's ground floor extension, which you'll like if you're going with a pitch roof construction like they have. They've added Velux windows all the way along the roof for tons of light, and they can open them up for air circulation if they ever need to. Also coming soon is Rob and Alex's extension. I can't wait to show you more in upcoming videos. But yeah, they've added this lovely architectural flair with this slim window next to their patio doors. For L-shaped spaces, this is a really nice touch to open up the views from every angle towards the garden. But the thing is, even if you've got all the right extension ideas, an extension can still go badly wrong if the layout isn't properly thought through. And that's exactly what I'm covering in this next video. You can watch it here. I've also left links below this video if you're interested in becoming a student and member of our Reno Club community. I'd love to support you with your extension, so look out for our next enrolment. Or if you want to get started on our free renovation guide, I've popped the links below as well. Thank you so much for watching this one. Don't forget to watch the extension layout mistakes in the next episode, and I'll see you there. Bye guys.